I swear we can't keep our analogs in check anymore. Hello, my noble band of outlaws. Outlaw Samurai coming at you live with a video. Yes. With our Science-y lab coat attire. Don't expect to see many more videos with the lab coat on, as Indiana's summer is harsh and unforgiving. So, I just look badass right now. If only this coat was black, I'd look like a complete fucking thug badass. But in any case, what do I have with me? Pool noodles and PEX piping. You probably are wondering, Outlaw, what could you possibly have PEX piping? And pool noodles for? What kind of experiment could you possibly be conducting? Well, I shall tell you. In our ever-expanding desire to expand the realm of backyard cutting, as this series is meant to do, we have yet to find a better alternative to bamboo-lined tatami mats. Yes, this is what the experiment is. And I know, this is flex piping. Look how easily it bends. But real living bone is also quite bendy. True, it's stiffer than this, but this is not exactly easy to cut through, as I've demonstrated before. Especially when you add a flesh analog. Now, why would I be using a pool noodle, you may ask? Well, real flesh is kind of spongy, and pool noodles are kind of spongy. And real flesh is resistant to cutting to a degree. Pool noodles are resistant to cutting to a degree. So put the two together, and you have, albeit very cheap, a somewhat accurate depiction of human arm and flesh. Alright, forgot there's no zoom on here. Now, I am going to cut this. And my dumbass forgot that the sword was already drawn. Do not worry, I have not cut myself. My neighbor is bush hogging. Not bad. Now, as we can see here, the cut went well. Now, I know this is not 100% accurate to how human flesh and bone would react. But with the materials that I have available to me, that I have access to, this is the best that I can do. But there was something interesting on that uppercut. If it had just been the noodle, I would have been able to cut through it by the looks of it. But the PEX piping did what bone is supposed to do to an extent, which is stop your limb from being detached. Now, obviously, this is not a complete one-to-one experiment. As we can see, it still cuts quite easily. In fact, if I was to just take regular PEX piping, we see it pretty much almost cut all the way through. We can see here, it cleanly cut through the PEX piping. But, like I said, this is an analog for the human arm, not an actual one-to-one replica. I just thought that this would be a good idea for a cheaper alternative than bamboo wrap, than tatami wrap bamboo poles. And as you can see, I also have pool noodles to conduct other cutting later on. No damage to the edge of the Warrior O, not that much or anything really could damage this edge. So, until next time, my noble band of outlaws, Outlaw Samurai tells all y'all, be crazy rednecks, be safe and use your weapons. I'm out, peace, and I need to get out of this coat before I sweat to death.